At this current moment in time, as I'm speaking this sentence, Rashee Rice is in prison, which is exactly why he's the captain of our team today, as we are constructing the all-jail team to see if these bad boys can go undefeated. So with Rashee Rice as the all-jail team's first player and team captain, he's also our cornerback 1 now, the first round of players that we're going to add to the team are players that actually spent time in prison. But for starters, Rashee Rice is currently serving a 30-day prison sentence, and not only is that bad enough for him, he went to prison days after having knee surgery, so like he can't even do rehab. And it's all just so wild, dude, because after all the crazy stuff he's been through and done in his life, he's currently in jail because of cannabis use. Next up, we got Denzel Perryman joining the squad. Denzel did some bad stuff with some bad things. He only had to spend a weekend in jail, so it wasn't that bad, but in this case, it still counts as prison time. So with 76 overall, Denzel Perryman at Mike linebacker and Rashee Rice as our starting cornerback, the all-jail defense isn't looking too hot. Also, I do want to note for legal reasons, like I don't want to be sued, I don't want to go to jail. Outside of the players that were actually charged, I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I am solely building this team with public knowledge. Now, Carl here is another one. Quite a long time ago, I think it was like 2017, 2018, he was sentenced to 6 months in prison, but only ended up having to serve 42 days. But crazy enough, as we sign Carl, out of all the players that will be added to the team in today's video, Carl actually spent the most time behind bars. Now, you best believe there are so many more players to come that have actually been arrested, but funny enough, these are the only 3 active players in the NFL that have spent more than a night in prison. So far, with only 3 players added, we come in at a solid 85 rated, so maybe the bad boys will go 20-0. Next up, which is just insane, dude, this is one of the craziest videos ever made, but the next round of players we're going to be adding to the roster are players who have been arrested, but have not served jail time or had a suspended sentence, and I don't think I need to explain this one. So as I skirt around the subject and make absolutely zero comment on what Joshua is accused of, at least in strictly football terms, we have ourselves a good running back. Next, we get another running back, Alvin Kamara, who is washed at this point, but he did get arrested at one point in time for giving somebody a black eye and maybe a little bit more. But as long as you got handcuffed, you're welcome in our squad. Chris Lamon's next up, and you might be wondering, RBT, who the heck is this? Well, this guy was also involved in the same altercation as Alvin Kamara. He was a good guy though, Christopher. He actually turned himself in. Didn't get charged with anything, but he did get arrested after he turned himself in, which qualifies Chris for the all-jail team. Now we get our first quarterback. Not a good one. Stetson Bennett got handcuffed for having a few too many in public, but the all-jail team needs a quarterback, and at least we get one, but hopefully get one later. Although I don't know if that's like a good thing to say. Like, I don't want people to go to jail, but for this challenge, we need ourselves good quarterbacks, and we might just get a little lucky later, boys. But thankfully, again, I don't know if that's the right language, but regardless, we get ourselves a better cornerback. Marshawn Lattimore was once upon a time arrested for having a very bad device that can do very bad things, which is enough to be signed. This one does hurt the old heart a little bit, but Jeff Simmons for my Tennessee Titans, and honest God, dude, he should be in prison for the way his player model looks, dude. It looks nothing like him. But he got arrested for something he did in high school, man. That's why he fell in the draft. He's a changed man. There's so much in the community for Nashville. So, like, I really hate it that he's a part of this team. Like, he doesn't feel right. But, dude, if we're going to go 20-0, we need good defensive tackles. He fits the criteria, even though it was like 10 plus years ago. Jeff Simmons, welcome to the all-jail team. Oh, we have ourselves a recent one. James Pierce fled police after doing very bad things. Fleeing police, not a good thing. Got arrested, which makes him the youngest player added so far. Quinshaw Junkins is already our 3rd running back. Don't know what the problem is, but he got arrested before last season. This is back-to-back former rookies being added to the all-jail team again. Did a bad thing. Now we get our first Georgia player of the video, and it more than likely will not be the last. It's like, none of this is a joke. None of it's funny. Like the way I speak about things is just the way I cope with life. Like I unfortunately have a really bad sense of humor where I find comedy in the bad things. So if that's not your cup of tea, I'm sorry, I suppose. I'm a horrible human myself, and I also deserve jail time. But Nolan Smith got arrested, 135 mile per hour speeding, which fits the stereotype. I guess at least we got ourselves a good edge rusher. Now Rasheed Walker here feels a little harsh. Like, yeah, he got arrested, and yeah, he fits the criteria, and yeah, I'm not happy it happened, but at least we get our first offensive lineman. But apparently he tried to do the right thing and check in a firearm at an airport, but he didn't have the right license in the right state, and it led to him getting arrested. And he was trying to do the right thing from what I know. So like, I hate for him that happened. Like, it sucks, but like, at least for us, we get offensive linemen. Okay, these next few are gonna be really quick. Jordan Addison good receiver, but he was driving when he shouldn't have, which is the same exact mistake that Ben Cleveland made. Also same with Nathan Hobbs. Forgot Tavondre Sweat too, man. Of course, for my Tennessee Titans. That's our second Titans defensive tackle, by the way. He got arrested right before the draft, which apparently didn't hurt his draft stock too much because he still got drafted in the second round. But hopefully he's learned from his mistake and he gets added to the all-jail team. Now, Darren Waller, there's a lot we could go over, but initially got arrested for damaging mailboxes in high school. So that's our second high school arrest, which still technically counts, which gives us a baller at tight end. I absolutely just plead the fifth on this one. Dude, the all-jail team is going to end up assembling the greatest group of defensive tackles of all time. Way back in the day, Chris Jones was arrested for speeding without a license, which is enough to qualify him for the all-jail team. Now, genuinely, wholeheartedly, I don't mean for this to be a no pun intended situation, but an absolute banger here as we saw Malik Neighbors, who got arrested way back in college for having something on him that he shouldn't at a Mardi Gras parade. Now, from a moral standpoint, absolutely terrible for society. But dude, this team's incredible. I mean, we got Malik Neighbors, Rashee Rice, and Jordan Addison, dude. Running back room's incredible. This interior defensive line has got to be already one of the best of all time. Still plenty more players to go, but only one who has been arrested without serving time. And you probably noticed one of the few positions that we really need somebody good at is quarterback. Because like Stetson Bennett, just not going to cut it. And luckily for us, Baker Mayfield was a bad boy back in college. Arrested for public intoxication. That's one I can smile at. Doesn't really harm anybody. And we get ourselves at the same time an incredible X-Factor quarterback. Never have I been so happy for somebody to get arrested for something that doesn't harm somebody. And with Baker Mayfield once processed at a police department in his life, we have now brought the team up to an 86 overall, 87 offense, and 85 defense. And brother, I'm telling you guys right now, when like I had this idea, I never in a million years thought we were going to even build a playoff team, much less a 20-0 team. But the way things are going, again, it's not a good thing for society at all. Like some of these guys have learned their lessons. Some of these guys like did some bad stuff. But like just from a challenge standpoint, brother, 20-0 might just be on the horizon, especially with the players we have left to come. So as we have now added every single active NFL player who has been arrested, whether or not they serve jail time, you see we still haven't filled the roster out. So with that in mind, we have to lower the criteria a little bit. So next up, we are adding players who have been publicly detained but not charged with anything, which with this dude, the wide receiver room continues to get more stacked. Tyreek Hill was one of those. Very public situation. Crazy. He got like pulled over for alleged speeding. It was just some nonsense. Just a big situation that could have been avoided, but hey, enough for us to add him to the team. And funny enough, in a non-funny situation, Campbell is the other victim, and yeah, I'm saying victim in this situation. Like this guy's won the freaking Walter Payton Man of the Year award, dude. Literally, he got detained for being a good teammate. On the way to the Dolphins game, he saw Tyreek Hill pulled over on the side of the street. When he stopped to ask what was going on, they literally detained him too. Obviously, it didn't lead to anything. Like, that's insane to me. But regardless, Calais Campbell, welcome to the all-jail team for being a good guy. Which next, we are adding 2 players who have only been accused. Dude, it's like this video is so awkward to make. Like, I don't know what to say. It's like I'm afraid to speak. It's like if I speak, I'm in big trouble. It's like I don't know what language to use. I don't know what like tone of voice to use in this video. Like, should I be sad? Disappointed? Some tough things to talk about. And it's very hard to skirt around some of the bad subjects. But it's my dumb hick idea for coming up with this video in the first place. So I suppose I have to live with the consequences. So if this is what finally gets me canceled, so be it. So as we have now added every active player who has been arrested, been detained, or has been accused of something heinous, our team now sits as an 86 overall, with an 88 offense, and an 85 defense. No, man, it's like jail just attracts a bunch of ballers. But even after adding from all those categories, you see, we still have empty spots in the roster. So to fill out this team, we'll have to continue to add more and more bad boys. Which I'm telling you guys, this team is about to get better than what you could have ever imagined. So our next downgrading criteria for the all-jail team, players who've never been arrested, but have been suspended for something, crab legs, definitely became a lot more nuance later in his career, but I'm just gonna stick at crab legs. And it's not like he's gonna start for us anyway. Next, we got a bunch of gamblers. Calvin Ridley, as most of us know, was suspended for an entire season for gambling. Dude, I really don't know what's up with all the receivers being bad boys, but also Jameson Williams suspended for gambling. So that's another 85 rated receiver added to the team. Isaiah Rodgers, also once in his life suspended for gambling, gets ourselves another good cornerback. And dude, I absolutely despise the fact that we're in desperate need of offensive linemen because we have to add this guy. Nicholas Petit-Ferrer, the bane of my existence, also suspended for gambling. Genuinely, the worst offensive lineman I have ever seen in my life played for the Tennessee Titans. Trust me, this guy's caused more pain in his life than just gambling, that's for sure. Which after we got the gambling suspensions out of the way, I just wanted to take a second to reassess my life and just think for a minute. I mean, the team's still at 86 rated. The offensive line, though, is absolutely terrible. It's still missing some spots. And also did just want to take a quick moment just to meditate on this wide receiver room. I really have so many questions. Like, if our existence is really a simulation, like, who coded the bad wide receiver gene? Which, plenty more suspensions to go. We got Kareem Hunt here. He was an OG. Now, our next category of suspensions, PEDs. I'm not talking micronized creatine. Odell Beckham Jr., completely forgot about that, was suspended years and years ago. I think 6 games for performance enhancers. Too bad for him, man. He's not in his prime because he's not touching the field. Michael Hoecht, also suspended for PEDs. Good pass rush depth. Sean Ryan here also couldn't lay off the exogenous testosterone. And we need a center though, so I'm glad he did. Jake Hayner was suspended for PEDs, which is crazy because, like, look how skinny he is. Dude, you're gonna have to double your cycle to see playing time with this team. D-Hop, completely forgot, suspended for PEDs as a Cardinal. But again, much like OBJ, unfortunately, he's not gonna get any playing time. Grover Stewart, also once busted for the old school peptides, which again is crazy as like an 85 rated player. He's also not going to get playing time. So unlike some of the other very serious situations that got people put in jail today, I'm so glad steroids exist, man, because illegal substances gets me Lane Johnson. Got suspended, I don't know, a long time ago. Don't care though, because we get our first 99 overall player of the day. And again, man, thank God for synthetic chemicals. Trent Williams also suspended for PEDs, literally building the greatest offensive line of all time right now. Hold on, I'm actually a liar. It wasn't PEDs, it was something else, but still counts. So PEDs and other stuff out of the way, and dude, our team's up to an 89 overall, 91 offense, 88 defense, and we still have so many good players that are going to be added to this roster for doing very bad things that got them suspended. Man, this offense is great. We could use a little bump at the offensive line. And defensively, unfortunately, we're still missing safeties. We're still missing outside linebackers. And Tony, guys, right now, we're getting ourselves an upgrade at safety. Derwin James, who needs a misdemeanor charge slapped on him because he can't face the right way. But once upon a time, Derwin James got suspended for laying this hit. I'm not going to lie, dude, I feel like it was pretty soft. Dude, in the grand scheme of things today, he's a freaking saint. Next up, we get Joe Mixon, because he got suspended a long time ago back in college at Oklahoma for something that cannot be named. Now, another player that we get to add because he got suspended for a dirty hit, and to be completely honest with you, dude, it was absolutely diabolical. Just crazy, man, because he actually is a really dirty player. And when he used to play for the Titans, his grandma and the rest of his family sat right behind me, and they seemed so nice. But hey, I suppose the dirty player definitely fits the theme of this video. Now, this is a crazy one. Travis Kelce. Way back when Bordeaux was a 3-year-old in 2010, Travis Kelce was suspended from Cincinnati for partaking in the old cannabis. But you best believe I'm over the moon that this guy was a collegiate pothead because we get ourselves a stud tight end. Mike Evans, another receiver we get to add to the team as he got suspended for a fight back in the day. Surely we gotta get him playing time. Brother, the receivers keep on coming. George Pickens. This one is a little Mickey Mouse, probably the most Mickey Mouse edition of the entire video. I mean, technically he did get suspended back at Georgia for a fight against Georgia Tech. He only got suspended for a half, but that's good enough for me. Fits the criteria, gets added to the all-jail team. That sounds so bad, dude. He didn't go to jail. Had to fill out the team somehow, man. Now, fellas, arguably my favorite addition of the entire video. I have never been so happy that somebody snapped. We get Myles freaking Garrett, arguably one of the best defensive players in NFL history, unless you boys are suffering from severe memory loss. You remember when he did this out of absolutely nowhere? Especially since nobody was hurt. Dude, I'm glad he did that. I'm so glad. That means we get to add him to our freaking roster. With the simple click of a generate lineup button, the all-jail team officially comes in as a 92 overall with a 92 offense and a 93 defense. Dude, what in the world did we just accomplish? Honestly, though, I do feel like I need to fix something. I definitely feel like all the players that actually serve time behind bars need to start, so Rashee Rice is going to be our one, which means we'll also have Denzel Perryman starting at Sam linebacker, with Carl Granderson at the wheel, which he's got to start. He's the longest tenured active prison player in the league. But the question, boys, can the all-jail team do the impossible and become the first team in NFL history to go 20-0? I mean, the problem is we do have some holes, like strong safety's pretty garbage, the right side of the interior is horrible, but dude, we got Baker, two of the best veteran tackles in the league, Travis Kelce, the best wide receiver room ever assembled in NFL history, not to mention also the best defensive line ever assembled in NFL history. So can the big boys on this roster lead this team to victory? If we don't go 20-0 here, can we at least win the Super Bowl? I just feel like that would be funny. If this video is going to get me canceled, might as well go out a winner. 14-3, dude, that's still an incredible season, but unfortunately for the all-jail team, 20-0 is not on the horizon. But with the first round bye, maybe they can still win the Super Bowl. Like, we had some big wins in there, dude. Had a close loss to the Cowboys, got annihilated by the Bills, put up 59 on the Commanders, then lost by 21. We started the season off with a loss. But 59 points, my God, dude. The all-jail team with a banger. Josh Jacobs, my God. All-jail team with the best offense in football and the 11th best defense. Baker, you crazy man. 4,500 yards, 45 tutties, 4 picks. On the ground, Josh Jacobs was a menace. George! I will say, a little disappointed that Myles Garrett finished with less sacks than Jeff Simmons and Nolan Smith, but if Myles Garrett can lock in for the playoffs, this all-jail team is winning the Super Bowl. The all-jail team even had the MVP. Got robbed the coach of the year, though. I think the all-jail team is ready to go out with a bang, boys. Simulating this bad boy all the way to the Super Bowl. After all of that, the all-jail team loses their first playoff game by 13 points. So I really hope me putting myself up for potential cancellation with this video was all worth a divisional round exit. But if you still enjoyed, you can click right here to watch another video that doesn't have the potential to get me canceled.